Hello, Adofo, ya chiachiamo. Begidi say, Obia Muye, my pause, my treasures. You guys are the secrets of these teachings. You guys are the backbone. Mona mo boy, mona mo ma ye wuswa ye ko. Ebinumu person mu buya baso, ebinumu person omu get it to our emotions. Omu person ye fire emotions and fan kasana and say ade na ye no. Nemum mo mahon bin any mumpai bo amude tie chinti. Still we are still moving on and we are bringing it, and we love you, we cherish you much. You are our everything. We're praying that the Most High, the Creator, the Supreme Being, the Mother of Universe, should cover you and shower you with its blessings, you and your entire family. Michiachi amunyina mo amudi akoma me amanfo mo ba be didi matem ewo mi page ase mo koma me ene na sefo no medamase mo ya de medamase pa mo ya de pa medamase ebimpo sometimes me hu se na mo defending it na sefo na me I thought be na my yibi sa no, but I really love you guys. I love you very much. Thank you very much. It's not anything. It is about learning. Something that you are doing for a long time. Are there been a while ache our system our system we hear all of these stuffs about it. So we need to learn and know what is distance. So we are talking about distance briefly, so that once or research more. There are so many things outside there, and there you can't lie to anybody. People are reading, unless people that don't want to read. See, let me tell you, until you wake up, until you put your brain to use, people will use you. This is the point. And nobody is gonna use you for good. When I ask them, until say wadwen be soro be kenya wo ho aye ne esese oye na wo ye wasede edema wa brabo ene wo ma ene wo nananom no obi ene ebe yusu obi ene ebe diye obi ebe fa wo so ediye obi be fa wo so ede ana ne gina bre. Stories bebre wo ho aye be ka tremu how people were exploited in the name of religion. We'll get there. How people were used in the name of religion. How some ladies were used in the name of religion. How some ladies were abused in the name of religion. Religion ni politics. A heavy as a papa. Nyama menui. Politics and religion. A heavy as a papa. And a ebusunso tete we as. Until sha oba who say politics. And why no whom fear religion muda? And why no whom fear religion huda? Politics. And why no whom fear religion huda? Omune religion now koba all the time. Politics and religion and koba. Omuye te se obi ni omuye te se ata any omuye te se kakra ni penny no. Religion and politics. Aha yem papa. Nti se wan fa wadwen anto ho when be wadwen ama wadwen anda ho ye be yusu the circle will continue to be like that. That is why we are doing this. We don't hate anybody. Yen hate obia ye cannot wo point over disprove here but over the dia tema. It means that you can't disprove us. Because you can't disprove us, because you can't tackle the message, you are tackling the messenger. Untumin disprove me. Untu didi matem. Untumin disprove me. Ose yembo me. Untumin disprove me. Ose yempra me. Untumin disprove me. Ose yembo me. Anke nya sa de ame de manwa kasa. Enya no so onso do wanu be kasa na wa disprove me. Etu na ya de na ya tena se common platform so na ya discuss. Enya no anu. Ebuo ni ekun ni yempra no wa nene. Ne no so hye wanan kuma menene kenan. Abuga shi mun kashe ka mun buga ka wannan kuma menene kana da hujjan ka saka tabbatar ka ce abin da yake fadin ba haka bane gashi shikenan amma mun buga ka mun kashe ka mun ji maka ciwo a atakin shi wannan kuma ina ya fito adofo yetwa patriarchal religions no teachings no yet waso way Christianity person mu briefly. The last episode na no, we talked about the birthplace, any inconsistencies. Ye kasa ye efa Luke ni Matthew omu record omu account omu de ba ye efa Yesu Kristo ni nebusua ni family ni na wofo ne nyina ensisi so obia ne nea oka e na ye ka se saade a nyame a wa inspire Luke eye nyame soronko e na nea o inspire Matthew nyame soronko ba say ye nyame ba ko na inspire nipa menu we dia and de nyame na ye confused sana ye kan ye. And if you have a proof anything go ready ko check it na ready na ko bisa o pastor ni a wuji nidi ko bisa no na onyi anu ma eno no ewo wo oyi anu ma wa na obehu ubisa no no wa anu yie papa na eto aso mu a wa obehu ento aso mu a wa obehu because we ye nipa who are doing you can assess and dissect things. That is the point. Ana ye wie wo verse bi a ewo Quran mu a eno nso kasa efa Yesu na wo concerning the prophecy and nasefo and make us say you quote Quran chapter number 3 verse 42 all the way to 46 47 ho and I can say nkita hundie na eba between Mary and osoro abofo na oba ya oye Gabriel no and I can ho asem and I dig sa quotation Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 no they are relating Luke 26 and I say cooking kind na hwe cooking kind Luke 26 now cooking kind Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 na ubehu say the same thing nkomo ye pepe and I make a point be we made a point in that particular episode that in the verse Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 that the when Mary asked the angel which she referred to as her Lord, the angel were referred to in Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 as her Lord. The angel were referred to by Mary as her Lord. Call let Rab my Lord. Miura, my Lord. Now, I know why I'm emphasizing on this word, my Lord. It didn't say God. She did not say God. The verse did not say my God. Because wanka Allah or Karab. And at the same verse, numunu, ansa na verse nebeke beko ewie, you know, Allah ebemu. Until sometimes, you see, some of our Muslim brothers has this way of twisting things. What the faha no mo de afaha, what the faha no mo de afaha. Like we will get there. We will solve all these problems. What the faha no mo de afaha. I know so be share video we now Abeka say Rabb ne the same as Allah. They be and Rabb betumi aye the same as Allah. And Rabb betumi aye the same as Allah. But not in this context. In this particular verse, Quran chapter number 3 verse 47, Rabbune and to me the same as Allah. The reason is that the same verse na eka edi word Rabb ba yano before verse nebekwa wie yano edi word Allah edi ba specifically. So the Rabb in the beginning of the verse cannot be the same Allah in the end of the verse. And we are point number 1. Point etosu menu Mary Mary oye Mariam and all bisa angel no na all refer to angel na as Rabb my Lord, Rabb miura. And omu angel no all refer to nia wasuma no nyamina osuma no as Allah. Nti two different people referring to two different things. Mary was referring to the angel, and she referred to the angel as Rab, my Lord. And the angel in returns replied to Mary's question on behalf of Allah. Nti Rabbunu enya Allah wa ha, because yawo law bi ewo Islamic theology mu. Sa law no meka no ewo Arabic mu. Today is not the fault of explaining that law. The law says that either shtama when words are used interchangeably, the words, when anytime words are used interchangeably, there's this law in Islamic theology that says that either shtama'a iftaraka wa iza iftaraka ijtama'a. So this is the law they use. So based on this law, my Muslim brothers who are scholars in the religion who understand this, either shtama'a iftaraka wa iza iftaraka ijtama'a. When words are used interchangeably, this is the law applies to it. We are not yet there. When we get there, we will break this law into pieces for everybody to understand. Now, in the same verse again, I made a point and I ask you to keep that point and I'll come back to the point, and here I am. I'm back on the point. Me raise issue be and I make us say obi amfan to ni team na mesa basa issue no so eno na masa baso no issue no ni saying Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 no angel no catch Mary say ana Mariam say sa sana eye wonwa say ubewu ba ana ubefa yefu a be man fa ne ho ka ho no enye nwawa ese say so obo ade no pese oye ade bia nia oye nia na Allah pese oye ade bia nia oye ni o ka say kun enye ho fa yakun na aye ho kun be fayakun and it shall be sana oye. So in order to explain this is how it's gonna look like. It says say be I mean fan say me pen here ekura mi say obo ade no pese eye ho a ana Allah pese pen no eye ho a eno an so be pen ne embra into existence a ne obe ni say kun obeka say kun pen enye ho fayakun na pen na pen na ye ho. This is what the verse is talking about. This is how it looks like. This is how you can comprehend it. Because say oba ne ka say abayuwa ne ka say be man fa ne ho nka me, and the normal way aye wo ba no eye say be ma de ne ho beka oba we ni ensi e no see dey bi so obo Allah pe so oye na oye no oka na aye ho oka say ye ho na aye ho. This is the point. And I even ask a question that and then say yet one abayuwa bi aye ni mu na onya basa on nante basa na oka no hu hwedem na one day opie na ode yefu abekere yen say eye nyame ne kunfa yakunu mu emunu na wafa yefu na as a religious believers no ye beji etum ana ye be reject abayuwa no, because nyame na oye 2000 years ago dia na unni krom hobby unti hobby nkrofo no unni mo a waya uwa hande a waji etum a uye ready say ubekun obi ubebo obi ubedidi obi atem because of eno no sa nyame no gusu ti asenne ana sa nyame no gusu ti asenne. So say sa nyame no gusu ti asenne dia ende onka say sa de no waja ye o sa kumfa yaku na mba de nyem ana kumfa yaku na oba anyem kumfa yaku na oba conceive no nyame no nka say waja ye. Woma by all the religious books, no book has ever said that God has stopped doing that. No book has said that Allah has stopped doing kun fayakun and things will happen. So today, if a lady comes, a lady that we know that respects herself and honor herself, and she doesn't walk around misbehave with men, and she went into circulation and she came out with a pregnancy and told us that it is a result of kun fayakun, we should trust and believe her, because the same God who did it for Mary 2000 years ago that you believed can do it today. Yes, we should trust and believe that. Who knows? Another Jesus is coming. May make a point. Now, episode where a center ewo another Quranic verse ekasafa Yesu ni prophecy any na wo any son na maame ni conceive no. Another Quranic verse that is talking about Jesus the Christ, how he was conceived and how the mother conceived him and how he was born. This time around, it is not in Quran chapter number 3, verse 42 all the way to 47. No. It is rather in Quran chapter 19, verse 16 all the way to 25. All that portion, Quran chapter 19, that particular chapter, Quran chapter 19 is dedicated to Mary. Quran chapter 19 is dedicated to Mary. Quran chapter 19 again is dedicated to Mary. And the name of Quran chapter 19 is the chapter of Mary or the chapter of Maryam. Maryam, Surah to Maryam, the chapter of Mary, the chapter of Maryam. Now, this Quran chapter 19, the chapter of Maryam, verse 16 all the way to 25, all the way to, I think, somewhere 34, all the way to 34. Ekan huasem sana maamini fa yefu sana maamini ko into circulation or kotena synagogue mu ana kotena temple mu a ompie into circulation. Sana osoro abafo, the angel came to her and all that. That is what this particular verses are talking about. Quran chapter 19, verse 16 all the way to 35. But we want to center on, for now, for today's episode, we want to establish a point from where the angel approached Mary in that chapter. So, we would like to center our speech over this on verse 17, 18, 19, maybe to 20 and 21. This is where we want to center our talk. Now, briefly and simply, this is what happened. Verse 16, Quran chapter 19, verse 16, or say, and I read, وَذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ Maryam, and mention, وَذْكُرْ, and mention, fil kitabi Maryam, in the book of Maryam, in the book of Mary, kai, ana king kai, anaka, nia ewa Mary ni book munu. Whatever book this verse is referring to as Mary's book or Mary's scripture is a different thing. We are not going to talk about that one today. Ewa Mary ni book mu, even tabadat min aliha. Mrana otwe no fi min aliha. If mrana intabadat otwe no oyi no efi min aliha. Efi ni fiefo ne busuafo ntem. Makanan Sharqiyan, and she took a place, Sharqiyan, a place in a temple where Sharqiyan, where the direction of the place is facing sunrise. Min kalimat sharq, mashriq, sunrise. Epiye. Portion na wayi no ho efi, she went into circulation. According to verse no, oyi ne ho efi, wayi no ho efi nebusia, wafi nebusiafo nchen no, okotena temple mu, temple na okotena mu no, portion a wafa ya wakotena mu no, eye bebiana, eho angle no ye the angle which is facing the sunrise. Bebia ewie pie ba epieye, eho na okotena ye, ewo temple no mu. She went into circulation. Fatakhadhat ana min dunihim, fatakhazat ana wabbo hijaban, fatakhazat hijaban min dunihim, ana wabbo apata, ana partition, ana veil, ana curtain, or anything that will protect her from being seen, because she went into circulation. She does not want to be distracted. She doesn't want someone to come and worry her. So she created a space for herself using anything that can give her a space which can cover her so that nobody will see her. Hijaban. And then فَأَرْسَلْنَا أَنَا يَسُمَا فَأَرْسَلْنَا أَنَا يَسُمَا. Arsalna, the na is a pronoun referring to plural, a plural pronoun, but it is interpreted that as a plural of speech, plural of respect. Obo adiane na okasa. Allah ena kasa. Quran chapter 19 verse 16 ena yekenka ko 16, 17, 18 all the way to 20. Osi fa arsalna oyi ni nkot na temple no mu a owo circulation mu no fa arsalna ena yenu mu Allah yesuma ilayha eko no ho ruhana yehun kronkron ye spirit, and we sent to her ruhana, our spirit, ye spirit. Ya sending ye kronkron ye spirit e dia komano. Ya sending ye spirit, ya suma ye spirit. We send our spirit to her while she was in the circulation. Fatamathala laha basharan sawiyan. And the spirit that we sent to her, spirit na ya suma no on anybody no, because I say a spirit, ruhana, ye spirit. We send to her our spirit, ruhana, our spirit. Spirit na ye send him Mary, ni circulation point, temple no munu. This is what the spirit did. Fatamathala laha. And a spirit na adami apiki human form. Fatamathala laha basharan. And our picky human form, basharan, human form, sawi, and complete human form. Now, spirit na aba. Spirit na ba no. Or your spirit into a new hunam, a energy, and new hunam, ante oba yono, oba bedunu hono, and a spirit na apiki hunam, complete nipa body, and a spirit no epiki. Now, listen to the point. Ewo Quran chapter 3, verse 47. Spirit no eyi anu se nyami beye ade a oye no kumfa yakun o ka se enye ho na aye ho. You say be and it shall be. That is what the creator does. Ana Allah eye. Until meaning this is how it's going to take place. But this time around, the story here, the scene here, the scenario here seem to be different from what was said in Quran chapter number 3 verse 47. Ahano Quran chapter 19 verse 18 verse 17 enimie until ruhu no baye no ruhana spirit na anyame suma ye baye no fatamathala laha opiki form ebegina Mary nanim basharan opiki human form of nipa hunam sawiyan complete human form and a spirit no epiki and a ediba Mary ho. Quran chapter 19 verse 17. Now verse 18, 19:18. Call it on who no Mary who no and obo brim. Call it on who spirit now what done in the pan obejina animu no. And a Mary say call it, and a Mary say inni me a'udhu birrahmani misrabain bo efi Allah, one of nidi eye arrahman ho minka efi uhu in kunta takiyan sa uye ni papa na uye ni pa usuro nyame a memfa uhu nkame. Memfa uhun kame. Now 19:18 way Quran chapter 19 verse 18 way me pese ye check ade wo. Verse way e kire say spirit na oba ye no a wafa human form no of abema form. Of abema form. Adentina make us of abema form. Of abema hunam because Mary said a'udhu birrahmani minka. Minka is a pronoun. We call it in Arabic Domirul Mukhatab. Pronawa nipanwo wenima one no edin kitahudie. Pronawa nipanwo wenima one ni din kitahudie. Eno na ye freno, eno na ye Domirul Mukhatab, Kaful Mukhatab. We ye Kaful Mukhatab. Ye de kasa. Nti ojina nenim ena ka no kaf no, the letter kaf has the upper vowel, which we call in Arabic fatha. So when the kaf has the upper vowel in a word or in a sentence, it is referring to a male, not a female. Anka oyoba, anka ebeye minki. The kaf will have kesra, that is the lower vowel. But where the upper vowel, so minka means bema or a bema, anti spirit in the far body, no, of our body, bema body, of our bema body. Now the point here is that so Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 ne say obo ade no ana Allah be ma yefunu abakum fa yakunu obeka say yefunu nye ho na aye ho a afe how come the spirit visiting her coming in the male form? Minim say minuanum nkramofo be yi anu me minuanum nkramofo, especially those that always reply to my videos on social media. Ombeka say our Islamic religion muno, there is no female angels. Yes, it is true. Let me clarify something a little bit here. Islamically, angels has no gender. Well, maybe they have their gender. You know, the problem is that we only know two genders. That is our problem. You know, we only know two genders. We only know the female gender and the male gender. But the genders are more than one. We have more than one gender, but it's like the female gender and the male gender has dominated our society, and that's what we are concentrating on. If not, there are other genders. Now, Islamically, there is no female genders. And in fact, Quran has strongly rebuked people who think angels are females. Quran akasetia dindindi obi biara odwen say asura bofo eyemba. Now, you should not be surprised if Quran don't condone and accept the idea of female angels, because the God in patriarchal religions is a God that can only deal with men. The God in patriarchal religions only deals with men. That God does not deal with women. Patriarchal religion nyameno onim bema na ekoba, onim bema na etubom, onim ma enne hweye. Nti memma ne nyo nwanwa se ewo patriarchal religion munu ye ni female angels. So ombeso kamara esi omuso aka say there is no female angels in Islam. That is why the angel appeared to Mary as a female, as a male and human, as a male human being. Now, I don't have problem with that. But the thing is, it is said in the other verse, Quran chapter number 3, verse 47 say, the way Mary be conceiving is going to be kun fayakun yehona ayeho. So some kind of a magical way. But in religion, you don't call it magic. You call it miracle. You just say and it will be there. Now, if it is kun fayakun, be and it shall be. Kun yeho fayakun na ayeho dia. What is the angel coming in the form of a male to meet her? What is the use of the coming of the angel with the male form? Say yakun fayakun method na ebeye juma wa ha. Angel no niba a wafa bema hunama or de approach Mary no. Ne hon faswo ni den. Ne hon faswo ni den. This is the question I'm asking. Now, this is call it Mary who na on say wajina nenima waye bema wajina nenimu no. Call it and say in me A'udhu bi Rahmani, Misre Bainbo Efi Rahman. Rahman, you're one of the 99 attributes of Allah, our Islamic religion. Misre se Rahman, Allah na oya Rahman. Ombom mi hu bain enfi hu in kunta takiya. Se oya nipa usro nyamia. mesrew membeme uya nipa usuro nyamia membeme bibi, because she was alone and he's a male our approaching. Maybe the kind of a choir or the approaching no and share that and yes sir. Now what is happening here is slightly different from what is said to happen in Quran chapter number 3 verse 47. So now 1918 near Ekano. Now the word in kuntetekia, so we are there is another interpretation. The word takia, there is another interpretation amatida. And I will be interpreted that. There's another interpretation or there's another meaning for the word takia. The word takia has also been interpreted that our brono meritesunu. You were jovial and some rascal guy bia or only dear or man or jojo muna or dimba wagro or no na ye friend utakia by Mary no or no onim takia no by one impasa ye fra brantie bi takia or no dear on fama and diagro or jojo mbana udi agro no benwa ya buga udi agro no benwa una onya chansa obebieja. Meaning, in simple word, or a womanizer, or pemba, or so on chahu. Your friend utakia. This is another interpretation. Your friend utakia. Until Mary who said, Wenu obejina ne nimpre kupe. Or ya bearman. And I'll say, Misrese Ar-Rahman, Quran chapter 19, verse 18. Misra Rahman say, that is Allah, another attribute of Allah. Say, Ombo mi hubai, enfi wu. Who say wuna wuya takiya na uhurisi masu na ye ka wasamuno. If you are takiya, then I'm praying and asking refuge from God. Say ombo mi hu by enfi. This interpretation seems to be some kind of a make sense kakra. Second interpretation no make sense kakra. But takiya commonly being a word takiya no. Ama interpreting commonly say asia chere say so uye nyamisuroni. You see, in the first place obi a oye nyamisuroni no onko wura partition ana canopy oba abo a wono nko a na ohye ho na so oba wura ho mpo na onim no so oba nko a na ohye ho na oni oba ni business bia wo bedwane apie. To a sense of Begina Wama or Bano per refuge, per protection, nyami hono. Question mark down. Now, let's go. In Kunta Takia. Ena Abrantianu ye anu kola. Ena oka say, no efa hunam body or bema body no cause kola or say, in nama ana. Mesu say, nukura mesu say. Indeed, behold, I am Anna, Rasulu Rabbiki. I am the messenger of your Lord. Me ye asumania wafi ura ho Mary ura ho li ahabaleki. Mabase ahabaleki. Me ba bechew ahaba leki. Min kalimat wahaba. Me ba bechew. Mi fi umari ura ho rasulum ana rasulu rabbiki mi ye osumania mi fi umari ura ho ali ahaba ni ante ami ba ni li ni ante ami ba ni say ahaba minchaw laki minchaw umari gulaman akwala zakiyan a na adwemu ebie a oye otinimimi me bechaw akwala oye otini mimi asa akwala no ofi me wo Mary wura ho me bechew angel no ana sura bafo ana spirit na wofa be ma body no ena e ka kire Mary sa asem we so no Mary ni wura ena esuma onu se onu mbra na ombeche Mary akwala ni hutie gulaman zakiyan gulaman akwala zakiyan ani hutie a holy child, a pure child, or a miraculous child. Ena Mary koso eka say call it. Ena Mary say anna yakunu li gulamun. Esi dan na manyin ya na esi dan na ma conceive. Esi dan na manya akwala. How can I conceive? Walam yamsasni basharun. We repeated the same thing in Quran chapter 3 verse 47 no. Be man fa ne ho ka me. Walam akubagiya. And at the same time also walam akubagiya menye tutu ni sabika from previous menye tutu ni and I mean sanye ashawoni. Walam akubagiya. That's Quran chapter 19 verse 20. Where an incident a transpire ewo. Now the question is the method in Quran chapter method na anka ebe take place no ewo Quran chapter number 3 verse 47 is supposed to be kun for your kun enye hona ayeho, but this time around there be it is rather spiritual wafa bema body osuro abofo energy wafa bema body oba be approach Mary wo say yes say or ombra na omba mbeche no akwala ne hotie akwala ne hotie. Now in this point no angel no one fa body bia eji bema body and operate or approach oba. Well, it is understandable because in Islam there is no female angels. In fact, patriarchal religions, the god of patriarchal religions don't go with women. It got nothing to do with women. It is men. This is the account. Out of four, when they account to the Quran, midi menu si na America say, from all what we've talked about sa figure where I have friend Jesus the Christ, no inconsistency no ewo no mu bebre irregularities ewo ne ho edoson, which will let someone will be forced to say this figure has never existed. This figure has never existed. And no point number 1. Point number 2. Ye wanim die ne kese bia ye frɛ no Philo. Now Philo ewo great work a waya a watro or interpret or decode Old Testament, any story, this Abrahamic faith story now, you know, the way it's figurative and the way it is allegorical, because all these things in these books, the religious books, all the religious books, to be honest with you, they are not real. All those things you hear in those books, they are not real. They are allegorical. They are allegorical. Now, Philo, who lived in the period that I said that period is the period of Jesus Christ. Philo, who is a contemporary to Jesus Christ, has completed his work completely without mentioning Jesus Christ even once. This is interesting. Philo, our contemporary to Jesus Christ, no. Why ne juma Philo juma ne nyina we actual all those things that happened, the stories ne nyina adecode stories ne ani ne omogina mane na sefo nyina Philo ambo Jesus Christ dimpo baako onu live era na yesi Jesus alive wo mu no. So what are you trying to say? Do you want to say if this figure of Jesus Christ has ever existed, and only Philo are existing at the same time, and a Philo actually in some way and I want to mention Jesus Christ one mpo? No. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So whatever you know about this figure has a question mark. This is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Share it, comment. Your ideas and suggestions are welcome. Men didi matem. Men kase yem bumi. Debi. Men kase yem prami. Yana yem kumi. Please don't do that. If you are doing that, it means you can't disprove me. Come and disprove what I said. If you have any light to share on it, come and share it. But from the look of things, historically, the figure you call Jesus Christ, the way I am presenting Ediama Nepano, to be honest with you, with documentations, with research, historical research, and everything, and archaeological research, who can in Abumwa, that figure now, your friend of Jesus Christ, no, it is hard for you to believe, to accept that that figure has ever existed. In fact, it is a drama. I say to you, until we meet again, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.